Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds, and I'm here with the Association of Allied Health Professionals. It's the We Are Here podcast. These folks are making a true difference. We are here. You are with me here now. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell me what you do.
My name is Piercey. I have two roles, really. I'm president of AAHP, and the role that keeps me fairly busy. But I'm also a working president, so I'm also a social worker at the Janeway. And so, I'm side by side with the membership every day because they're my colleagues and co-workers.
Let's break it down. Let's talk about your role as president. Talk to me about the association, the importance of it, what it is that you do.
The association is 50 years old this year. 850 members approximately, and a lot of different disciplines, but 25 occupation groups. And some large groups, upwards to 170 members in one classification, and we have some that are 1 or 2 members. So it's a broad group, and they bring a lot of specialty and a lot of diverse skill to the healthcare system. Some of our members, some of the occupations may not even be that broadly known by the public, inside of the healthcare system and the value they bring.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me about it. Like, if you were to speak to the public, if you had that opportunity to sit down at the kitchen table, what would you tell them about this group, what they provide?
This group is highly skilled. They're probably, as a group, they're probably some of the most highly educated groups inside the healthcare system. So a lot of our membership are master's trained, PhD trained individuals, a lot of education, a lot of good training, skill development, even post-graduation, but they're also a very seasoned and skilled group. And what always fascinates me about our group is that this is not just an occupational therapist you're with. This is a pediatric occupational therapist who has a skill set developed that is very unique, very much tuned into the needs of a youth that's in front of them. And that's right across the healthcare system. We have that in pediatrics, we have that in mental health, we have that in seniors care. It's right across the spectrum. And the knowledge, the skill, the expertise that they bring to the healthcare system every day is profound.
You're a social worker?
I'm a social worker myself, yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that. How did you find that in your life? What was your passion for that? How did you get there? And tell me all about it.
My journey to social work, I had a guidance counselor who helped me out a fair bit in high school, and that was a profound impact on me. So I think I got that bug at that point, knew I wanted to help people, knew I wanted to be a part of that. Thought I was going to do that in the education system, but social work took me on a little bit of a different journey, and but it's been one that's been rewarding. It's had its ups and downs. I've recently had my 30th year this past few weeks, just graduated in 1995, and so it's been an interesting 30-year journey. It's taken me from the northern reaches of Labrador to the southern shores of the Burin Peninsula, and here in Newfoundland, and it's been quite a journey. Done a lot of different things too, populations, different settings. So it's been quite a journey, and I'm going to there'll be a few more years yet to put in the books.
So 3 decades of experience, and as you say, from sort of the northern reaches of Labrador to the southern portion of the island. Talk to me about some of the challenges you see right now in the healthcare system. You've got a good lens on it. You've been around the block. Talk to me about some of those challenges.
Some of the challenges that I'm experiencing. Healthcare's there's always been tangly things. There's always been nuances. There's always been problems. That's what our people do. We are problem solvers. So that's nothing new. What I'm finding really new in the recent years is sometimes the clinical presentation you see with patients, with clients, is a little more complicated, a little more complex, requires a little bit more time and effort to do the problem solving and to get your patient client where you need to get them. So a lot of allied health professionals are very much driven on process. Rehabilitation's a process. Resolving mental health issues is a process. So we're very comfortable with that. Not everyone in the healthcare system is, though. And one thing you're noticing now is that a lot of times in healthcare, time is not on your side. So sometimes you get pressure to get patients to certain places in their lives or get them ready for discharge from hospital. So that's been a huge pressure. Communication across the entire system has gotten more complicated in recent years. We're quite large now. We're a very large organization. And whether you're talking about a clinical service and just trying to have good communication amongst clinicians, or whether you're talking about the system and the administrative type functions, it's also created some significant challenge. And what it's done to our members, and I've experienced this myself, is that it creates frustration, it creates some turmoil at times, and we need to figure out how to make that better.
Picking up on a term that you use, your problem solvers. I want to pick up on that, and I want to merge that again with your 30 years of experience. Where do you see the opportunities?
The opportunities inside of our group are immense, because the one thing that I find with our group, and we talked about this yesterday as a group, most of the time when you talk to an allied health professional about a problem that they're experiencing, whether it's something waitlist management or something that you're trying to deal with, or whether it's a client presentation and you're trying to help them problem solve, not only does allied health professionals do a really good job of identifying a problem, 90% of the time they probably have the solution too. And I think that's, again, speaks to the expertise, the skill, the knowledge, the lived experience that they have doing that piece of work, doing that work in their profession, in their occupation. But when you have the solution, you also need people to support that, first of all, to hear that. That's the first thing. So I need someone to hear how I think I could address this, or how I can fix this, or how this team, we could make this simpler by doing this. And I see, and I've heard that so many times inside of our different groups, but they feel like they don't have the audience. They don't have the people to support them and say, that's a fabulous idea. You should do that. That's a great way to manage the wait list. That's a great way to get that client where we need to get them. Pursue that. And that is one of the greatest frustrations I hear from our membership is, I think I even know the solution to this, but I'm not sure how to get it operationalized.
Right. So you see the solutions are already in there. They've been around enough, and they've got the education, the technical skill set to see the pathway. They deal with it every day.
Yep.
I want to talk about the conference here specifically. You've got a lot of people in the room, a lot of ideas, a lot of collaboration. Talk to me about what you're excited about this conference right now.
What I'm excited about, I came into this because we had some really good momentum during our last round of collective bargaining. I was a little concerned. I wanted to be hopeful that that energy was still there. You don't expect it to be as robust as maybe at other points, but I hope the fire is still there. I'm pleased to say today that it is. I see it there. It's just going to take a little bit. We're just going to have to rekindle it a little bit. So good energy, great passion. Again, this is a group who know what to do and they know how to do it. They are frustrated sometimes by the barriers that get in their way, but I see more than ever that they're willing to put themselves out there. They're willing to advocate. They're willing to speak up, and they want to do a good job providing healthcare services to the residents of this province. They want to use their skills. They want to use their knowledge and expertise. They want to help people feel well, healthy, and give them that service that they really need. So that energy is there. Our members, some of them are very vocal though, feeling very tired, a little burnt out. Someone said to me yesterday, some days at work, I'm digging deep. I'm digging deep to get in there and do the things I need to do. So we're acknowledging that. And as we speak, we have a guest speaker, J.D. Gilmore, out there who's doing a lovely job, a fabulous job of getting a little bit of self-care in there, getting them to recognize, some of that self-awareness, and helping them understand that you can't pour from an empty jug.
You talk about, again, I'll go back to the fact that the members, they know how to solve a lot of these problems. They've been around the block. If you could sort of get into the head of policymakers and leaders in the healthcare ecosystem here in Newfoundland and Labrador, what would be that one thing you would say to them?
Use the people who are in front of you. That's the thing that always and I do have conversations with people, higher ups in government, with leaders inside, the healthcare system. I do have those conversations as my role as president. You have problem solvers right in front of you. They're there. They have great, fabulous ideas. You're actually making your job harder. And that's the thing that often frustrates me. I'm like, this could be easier. You're actually making your job as a bureaucrat, as a healthcare leader, whatever term, you're making your job harder. Use these people. They're brilliant. They're bright. They have fabulous ideas, and they can make things run more efficiently. They can do more seamless care, and they have so many things to be able to offer the system. For the rest of my days working in healthcare and being a union leader, I don't know if I'll ever understand that. I'm hoping we'll see some turnaround. There are a couple of things of late inside a couple of specific areas that I'm seeing a light. I think our members being very vocal during last round of collective bargaining has created some possibility and potential. That's the two words I'll use for that. But I'm hoping, so I got to be hopeful. I can't stay in this job if I don't have some hope. So I'm clinging to some of that, and I'm hoping that we can get some kind of turnaround there. But communication needs to improve significantly. I can't underplay that enough.
Right. It sounds to me like you need to surround yourself with good people and then listen to them.
And I've got the good people. Yeah. And I've got the good people, strong people, great ideas. There are things. I work alongside of some of our members, and I recently started work on a complex pain children in the pediatric population, because that's where I work, and it just amazes me, like just the ideas, the strategies, the skills that our team members bring to that work, and whether it's clinical, whether it's leadership. They're a fabulous, fabulous group. So I have the good people. I know that. I just need to get the other side to listen and to tune in.
What a wonderful conversation with the Association of Allied Health Professionals. This is what it looks like to make a difference in Newfoundland and Labrador.